This girl decided to die at the age of 17. Then doctors realize something shocking. Jenny Lake is a teen mom who made her entrance into the motherhood world merely a month before she turned 18. Despite her young age, she had no intention of being just another adolescent mother. Only a few minutes after she gave birth to her baby, she dragged her nurse down to her bedside and murmured into her ear words that would later fall like a crashing arrow on her family's ears. Jenny's family's worst fears came to reality only a day after Jenny's baby was born. That's when the nurse repeated Jenny's unforgettable words. "I'm finished. I've completed the task at hand. My baby is going to make it safely to me." Jenny's mother, Diana, said that she was very proud of her daughter's courage, who was willing to go on lengthy sacrifices for her son. In some of the pictures taken at the time, Jenny can be seen kissing the top of the newborn's head as she tightly holds him in her arms. She was barely 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighed only PS 108 at the end of her pregnancy. Despite her size, Diana learned the next day that her daughter's decision to stop treatments for her brain and spine tumors in order to bear the baby would have lethal consequences. The day after Jenny's baby was born, which was on November 9th, 2001, Jenny's tumors were found to be incredibly large in size, taking up a massive part of her brain. She only had a few days left, and there was nothing that can be done about it. Jenny died 12 days after she gave birth, with only half the time spent at home, taking her last breaths. Her family and friends decided that she would leave a legacy concentrated on courage and sacrifice rather than tragedy. In the middle of this month, her entire family gathered at their home in Pocatello, where a Christmas tree in the living room was decorated with ornaments chosen specifically for Jenny, including one in a vivid lime green, her favorite color. Jenny made the decision to stop her cancer treatment in order to make sure that her son Chad was delivered healthy. She passed away in a bedroom just a few steps away from her son's crib. With her contagious laugh and rebellious personality in mind, Jenny's mother hugged her baby close and said, "I want him to know everything about her and everything she did. I want him to be a part of her life." Jenny's tragedy started when she was a 16-year-old sophomore at Pocatello High School. She had intense migraines that wouldn't go away. She was taken to the family doctor, where an MRI scan revealed a little lesion on her right side of her brain, around 2 millimeters in diameter. Jenny was diagnosed with a brain tumor and was later transported to a hospital in Salt Lake City, which is about 150 miles south of Pocatello. A second scan revealed that the lump was significantly larger than what the doctors initially thought. Jenny underwent a biopsy on October 15, 2010, and was diagnosed with stage 3 astrocytoma, an aggressive type of brain tumor. 5 days after her procedure, Jenny's situation was very rare and odd as the cancer migrated from her brain to another region of her body without showing any particular symptoms. Her parents, divorced and living separated, recall being escorted into a hospital room where they were seated at a large table while doctors reviewed her chances of surviving an aggressive and silent cancer. Jenny was only given a 30% chance of living 2 more years if she received therapy. Her father was upset at the news, but seeing his daughter's strength gave him hope. Even though Jenny was tough at first, she became angry when the doctors informed her that she might not be able to have children. As part of her treatment, she had to start a very severe chemotherapy and radiation treatment. Wanting to document her experience and share her pain with a larger audience, Jenny started producing films on a YouTube channel dubbed Jenny's Journey. She was only able to post 3 videos due to the fatigue and weakness she was experiencing as a result of her treatments. Jenny appears to be very distraught in her second video, posted in November 2010. In this particular video, Jenny was recorded crying as she describes her experience of the night before. "I was just lying in bed thinking about everything that had been going on, and it just hit me like everything, and I don't know what it was, but it made me cry," she said. The tumor started diminishing and retracting in size by March of the same year, according to her family. When Jenny was seen at prom in early May, she was dressed in a dark blue strapless dress and flashed a little smile at the photographer. Her hair was styled with a silver headband that's less than an inch in length, and she wears it down. Chemotherapy stripped her blonde locks, but she was still stunning despite everything she was going through. Nathan Whitman, who was dressed conservatively in a black dress shirt and black pants, can be seen cradling her from behind. Jenny started dating Nathan only a few weeks before being diagnosed with cancer, and they've been together ever since. Even though cancer and the treatment that left her hardly able to walk from her living room to her bedroom and the chatter at school were tough tests for the young couple, their adolescent romance endured and only became stronger by the day. The rumors started floating about Nathan, saying that he was only with her because she had cancer, said Jenny's older sister, Ashley, who tried to put a stop to the mean-spirited talk even as the young couple chose to ignore it. Jenny had been working as an apprentice in a tattoo shop in her hometown, one that had become almost a second home to her. In the words of the proprietor, Cascade, she was like our little sister. However, as her situation got worse, Jenny's visits to the business became less regular. In May, she'd been vomiting a lot and was experiencing intense stomach pains. She and her boyfriend went to the emergency room early one morning, and when she returned home, her family members were awoken by the sound of her sobbing. Jenny had been crying in her room, according to her sister Casey, who had overheard her. Jenny found out that morning that she was expecting a child, and the ultrasound revealed that she was actually 10 weeks pregnant. Her mother claims that Jenny was advised from the beginning of treatment that she might never be able to have children and that the radiation and chemotherapy could practically make her sterile. Jenny had always dreamt of being a mother on her own, raising many children to whom she would give her love and dedication. In Pocatello, Idaho, she went to see her oncologist, Dr. David Rear, 2 days after she found out that she was pregnant. Jenny had already made up her mind to keep the baby. When she went to see him, he warned her that she would be unable to continue the treatment if she keeps her pregnancy going. She would either have to abort the pregnancy and continue the therapies, or she would have to cease the treatments, knowing that the fetus could continue to grow indefinitely. Dr. Weary declined to comment on Jenny's treatment because of confidentiality regulations, but he did say that in general, when a cancer patient is pregnant, oncologists weigh the risks and benefits of continuing with treatment, such as chemotherapy. There are several cases during pregnancy, breast cancer being the common example, where the benefits of chemotherapy outweigh the risks to the mother and the unborn child, Dr. Erie explained. There are also occasions where the risks outweigh the rewards by a lot, says the author. There was no debate about which road Jenny would take. It was her decision to make. Jenny did not see her decision as a life or death situation like her parents did. The doctors were confident that since the tumors had already begun to decrease and shrink in size, she had a good chance of being able to take the baby to term and return to therapy after giving birth. After Jenny gave birth, her mother explained, "I guess we were just hopeful that she would be able to return to chemotherapy and get better." Jenny and Nathan named their son Chad Michael after their fathers, who were both military officers. After Jenny passed away, her partner, Nathan, became the child's only parent and had physical custody. Since he was still living with his mother, most child care were on her.